Namaste, everyone. Today we are going to read the Swara Yoga, the Tantric Science of Brain Breathing, the Preface by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. This reading it's a kind of advertisement about our Swara Yoga workshops, and it's not me that it's saying, so it's good. By the way, my name is Tiago Namaste, and I work mainly with Ayurveda, Yoga, Jyotisha online in Brazil. And we are developing our English channel, our exclusively English channel, now in 2024. For thousands of years, mankind has been attempting to penetrate the realm of inner experience. Every thinking person has tried his level best to accomplish this great task. Thus, there are many different ways and means to have the inner experience, and from time to time, man has experimented with the various paths. Some talks about karma yoga, others about bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga, kundalini yoga, etc. Quite a few have also ventured to develop inner experience through the use of drugs. Many people say that only those who are perfected can have inner experience, but yoga says it's the right of everybody. Perfect or imperfect, theist or atheist, high-born or low-born, all can have that experience. Therefore, many systems of yoga have been devised. Out of these systems, Tantra can be distinguished separately because it is the path of total transcendence whereby you can have the experience in spite of any limitation or barrier. In the Tantric tradition, some aspects are widely known while others are almost forgotten. Among the latter is the science of Swara Yoga. Swara Yoga is the ancient science of pranic body rhythms, which explains how the movement of prana can be controlled and manipulation of the breath. Recently, modern science has taken great interest in electromagnetic fields and the behavior of bioenergy, which is the inherent energy principle of the body. With exciting developments accelerating in such areas as bioenergetics, psychotronics, and Kirlian photography, the science of Swara Yoga is now in great demand. Although Swara Yoga is still practiced in India, it's not well known, either in the East or in the West. Perhaps this is because it was always regarded as an esoteric science which could possibly harm people if improperly practiced. The tradition was preserved secretly by experienced yogis who handled it down in strict accordance with the rules of practice. Previously, in fact, Swara Yoga was even more closely guarded than most of the other tantric traditions. Initiation was only given by direct transmission or by word of mouth from guru to disciple. Consequently, little was ever written down regarding the finer aspects of the theory and practice. For this reason, we find few reference to the subject even in yogic and tantric texts, and very little is available in English translation. Swara etymologically means the sound of one's own breath. Yoga means union. Therefore, Swara Yoga enables the state of union to be reached by means of one's breath. Through the practice of Swara Yoga, one can realize the breath as being the medium of the cosmic life force. The breath has so much importance in human existence that ancient rishis or seers evolved a complete science around it just from studying the simple process of respiration. Swara Yoga, however, should not be confused with pranayama, which involves a different aspect of breath. Although both deal with prana, Swara Yoga emphasizes the analysis of the breath and the significance of different pranic rhythms, whereas pranayama involves technique to redirect, store, and control prana. Swara yoga may, therefore, be said to be involved therefore be said to involve the practice of pranayama, but in fact is a much more extensive and precise science. Many of the yogic texts, such as Shiva Samhita and Goraksha Samhita, and various Upanishads, discuss the functions of prana. However, the main source of recorded knowledge on Swara Yoga comes from the Shiva Swarodhaya. Shiva is the supreme conscious. Swara is the breath flow, and Udaya means waking or rising. This text, just a second, we have a sunset almost coming in. Not so sure that you're going to be able to see it completely. But anyhow, it was not my fault. Where were we? Shiva Samhita. Oh, okay. This text extols the significance of the different types of breath and pranic rhythms as told by Lord Shiva. In the Tantric traditions of Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva, who is known as Adinath, or the primordial guru, first expounded the knowledge of Swara Yoga to his disciple Parvati or Devi, Parvati. This Shiva Swarodhaya was the outcome of this dialogue. The very opening of the Shiva Swarodhaya emphasized the importance of Swara Yoga. Shiva implores Devi to make sure that the science is kept very secret and sacred and remains the highest of all the vidyas or forms of knowledge. Lord Shiva further states that in all the 7 lokas, he knows no greater wisdom or treasure than the Swara. According to the Shastras, by analysis of the breath, deeper understanding of the cosmos is unfolded and the wisdom revealed within the Vedas can be realized. Through the knowledge of the Swara, a sadhaka can become a perfect yogi. The physical act of breathing is said to have a very subtle influence on the level of consciousness, and therefore, the effect of Swara Yoga are also very subtle. It aims at directly awakening the highest human potential. In other systems, a similar understanding of the Swara of the breath is also expressed. For example, in Taoism, it's stated that if one meditates upon the breath, the cosmic deities or forces can be seen operating in the physical body. By sustaining oneself purely on the breath, rather than a coarse food, one's entire being will be purified and strengthened. Then the consciousness is able to ascend to the heavens where eternal life is experienced by the body and soul. Swara Yoga not only helps those who believe in a supreme reality, but also those who do not have faith and who will also be surprised to discover many truths pertaining to this reality. Swara Yoga is a path which leads to total experience and awakening of the entire being. There are a number of things concerning Swara Yoga which need to be understood before the practice can be applied correctly. It involves many aspects of the breathing process. You have to know about the movement of prana in the body and its relationships with the mind. Prana manifests in different ways and has particular effects on each organ and part of the system. When you understand this, you can predict forthcoming events or cure your illnesses. There are many techniques for controlling the swara, so that during the day, the left nostril remains active and prana moves in a particular direction, or by making the prana flow through the right nostril during the night, you can create another type of energy movement and stimulus, so that you can have a good sleep without tranquilizers. Work the whole day without becoming fatigued. or you can digest food without taking appetizers or digestives. These are all different aspects of Swara Yoga. In fact, if someone comes to you with a question which you cannot answer, you will be able to answer it correctly by studying the particular flow of the Swara. Of course, you must be careful, as you may make a wrong calculation in the breath if the breath is disturbed. But just as an example, if the person who is questioning approaches from the side opposite to the flow in Swara, the answer has to be no. And if he approaches on the side of the active Swara, the answer has to be yes, for those with the Jyotisha Prashna passing by. This is only to give you an idea of the diverse field of the science. It's not to be the most important part of Swara Yoga. This aspect relates to mundane life, and ultimately it must be transcended. You must be able to realize how prana manifests in all forms, and that everything in creation is due to pranic movement. For example, you may practice hatha yoga to improve your strength and vitality, but that's not the ultimate purpose. It's only a side effect. Likewise, the various techniques of Swara Yoga can be useful in mundane affairs. However, the actual purpose is to enable you to realize the true essence of your being and to unfold the inner experience. So this was like 3 pages. It's the introduction part of this book. After this, there are kind of 70 pages on fundamentals of Swara Yoga up to page 77. And then it starts more the practical part. So this book, it's part of a very well-known series. It's the 2013 Golden Jubilee edition. So there are several books like this. And in our Swara Yoga and Chakra Therapy workshops, we practice the experience of the beauty of the Swara Yoga. Okay? So if you're willing to have more information about this, see the description below, because I'm not so sure when you're going to see this video. And also you can, if you already know my WhatsApp or the email is going to be in the description also. You can also reach us. Okay? Swara Yoga is great. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachitananda Murtaye. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachitananda Murtaye. Om Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye.